The sharp crack of my father's hand across my face echoed through the kitchen like a thunderclap that shattered years of silence. One moment I was standing there arguing. The next the world spun and I hit the hardwood floor, blood warm on my fingertips from where his ring had split my cheek. My 4-year-old son Noah froze, his small hands clutching his fork, eyes wide with horror as he watched his mother bleed. The room went dead silent except for his sudden, terrified cry. It was July 12th, 2024. A humid Friday evening in our suburban Denver home. We'd been invited upstairs for what my mother called a family dinner, though it always felt more like an interrogation. Diane, my mother, sat at the head of the table with her sharp features and colder stare. At 58, she carried the weight of every missed opportunity in her life like armor. My father, Harold, 60, sat quietly beside her, the silent enforcer who'd step in when words alone didn't suffice. My younger sister, Brooke, the eternal golden child, laughed about her latest wellness coaching pivot while picking at her roast. "You need to contribute more, Elena," my mother said suddenly, setting her fork down with a deliberate clink. "Real rent. The basement could rent for $1,500 on the open market. We're converting the garage into a studio for Brooke's new business. And that takes capital." I stared at her, the knot in my stomach tightening.
Mom.
"You know Ryan's hours were cut. We're barely keeping up after my maternity leave with Noah." "That's not our problem," she snapped. "Family helps family. Brooke has vision. She's going places. You, still in the same marketing job after all these years." The bitterness rose fast. I'd heard this script my entire life. Growing up in this same house, I was the responsible one, straight A's, part-time jobs through college, landing a solid marketing position right after graduation. Brooke floated on charm, endless passion projects, and parental indulgence. Every achievement of mine was dismissed, every whim of hers celebrated. Ryan and I had married young, found steady love, and welcomed Noah. When the economy tightened after my leave, my parents offered the basement apartment at a family discount. What they omitted was that Brooke lived rent-free upstairs while chasing dreams number 5 in 3 years. The loans started small. $7,000 for her boutique attempt. Another for her coaching certification. Babysitting her friends' kids while my own childcare needs were waived off. Each time I tried boundaries, Diane sighed dramatically. "You've always been so selfish, Elena. Not like your sister." Harold would nod. "Listen to your mother." That night, something inside me finally cracked. "You have no idea what I've accomplished," I said quietly. "None of you do. Don't speak to your mother that way," Harold warned, voice rising. "Why not? When have you ever supported my dreams the way you prop up hers?" Diane stood, face flushed. "After everything we've done, taking you in when you couldn't manage, this is your gratitude?" The argument escalated. Harold's voice boomed. Then came the slap. The force sent me reeling. Noah's wails filled the air. Mrs. Patel next door must have heard everything, because police sirens soon wailed outside. Officers took statements professionally. Diane claimed I fell after becoming hysterical. Harold said nothing. I told the truth. My father struck me during an argument, in front of my son. They photographed the cut. Swelling bruise. Blood on the floor. Paramedics insisted on the ER for stitches and concussion checks. In the harsh hospital lights, Noah's small voice asking Ryan if Mommy was okay hardened something deep inside me. This could never happen again. As the doctor worked on my face, flashbacks flooded in. Childhood comparisons. College struggles while Brooke partied. Marriage to Ryan. Steady and kind. Noah's birth. The basement move that felt like help but became a trap. That's when my secret began, during endless sleepless nights with newborn Noah. I started experimenting with luxury soy candles, layering complex scents, lavender bergamot calm, cedarwood vanilla warmth, citrus ginger energy. It started as therapy. Then, a friend bought a dozen for her boutique. Aurora Luxe Candles was born quietly. I worked during naps and late nights. Ryan converted basement space into a mini workshop. Orders trickled, then streamed. A lifestyle blogger featured my winter collection. I hired 2 part-time single moms. Expanded production nearby. Patented an eco-friendly longer-burning formula. Boutiques stocked us. A major retailer eyed an exclusive line. By 2024, profits hit serious numbers, over $500,000 in assets. Plus investments. Yet I told my parents nothing. Their criticism continued unchecked. I let them believe I struggled. It was protection. And preparation. The next morning, with 5 stitches and a purple bruise blooming across my cheek, I met Rachel Dean at Morrison & Associates. She was a powerhouse in family law and civil suits. I slid my meticulously organized folder across the desk, screenshots of texts demanding money, journal entries of emotional jabs, old photos of accidents, bank records of loans to Brooke. "This is exceptionally thorough," Rachel said. Impressed. "Most clients don't document like this." They demanded $1,500 monthly rent, knowing we couldn't pay. To fund Brooke's latest venture, I explained. When I pushed back, my father hit me in front of Noah. She noted everything. The assault gave strong grounds for criminal charges and civil suit. Emotional abuse harder to quantify, but documentation helped. I asked for $250,000 in damages and a restraining order. Rachel raised an eyebrow at the amount, but acknowledged my parents own their home outright. Lived off pension and inheritance. They could cover it. I didn't mention the full plan, the public reckoning. Unveiling Aurora Luxe. Dismantling the family myth Diane built. That would come later. Ryan was fully supportive once I revealed everything that night while packing in hushed tones. Noah asleep. He'd seen the undermining but not the full extent. "I should have protected you better. It's not your fault," I assured him. They manipulated me for 32 years. We moved to a month-to-month furnished apartment across town in a secure building. I filed the civil suit. Harold faced assault charges. Noah started seeing a child therapist to process the trauma. I accelerated business. Finalized Nordstrom exclusive holiday line. Expanded packaging. Hired more staff. Approved second location for my silent partner cafe, Harmony Brew. Profits rolled in quietly. Diane's voicemails alternated pleas and venom. "How could you do this after everything?" Harold's lawyer handled communication. Brooke texted accusations of jealousy and family destruction. I saved them all. Responded to none. Each message fueled my resolve. Flashbacks returned often during those weeks. As a girl, I studied while Brooke charmed teachers. In college, I worked 2 jobs. Brooke changed majors endlessly on parental dime. Marriage brought brief peace. But post-Noah struggles led to the basement trap. The resentment built slowly, watching them fund Brooke's failures while criticizing my lack of ambition. The $7,500 loan vanished into her boutique flop. More favors followed: car for business image, endless babysitting. Each boundary attempt met with selfish labels. Meanwhile, Aurora Luxe grew. I perfected scents in stolen hours. Sourced sustainable materials. Built an online store. The patent-pending formula set us apart. Cleaner burn. Longer life. National interest built. I reinvested quietly. Net worth climbing past $350,000 while living modestly below my parents. The double life weighed on me, but it was armor. Revealing success would invite more demands. So I endured. Planned. The final trigger crystallized at that dinner. No more. I would reclaim my life. protect Noah, and make them face the truth they'd ignored. As legal proceedings advanced, I prepared meticulously. The invitation to Brooke's 27th birthday party at Willowbrook Estate, an exclusive venue for high society events, arrived despite the suit. Diane's note: set aside differences for family celebration. I replied simply, we'll be there. The night approached. I stood before the mirror in an emerald gown that accentuated the still healing scar like a medal. Hair in elegant updo. Makeup flawless except deliberately leaving the scar bare. Ryan in charcoal suit looked proud yet concerned.
Noah,
in his little suit, said, "You look pretty." "Mommy." I knelt. "Remember? If it gets scary, tell Daddy." We're safe now in our new home. The estate glowed like a fairy tale. Luxury cars everywhere. Guests mingling. We arrived late, causing whispers. My scar and confident stride drew stares. Diane faltered seeing us. I smiled, accepted champagne, greeted relatives warmly. Before dinner, Diane intercepted. "What are you doing here, with that on display?" "You invited me. This scar is the truth this family has hidden too long." The ballroom dazzled, chandeliers, florals,
quartet.
Brooke shone in designer gown, flitting tables. Harold's speech praised his ambitious daughter. I waited, timing perfect. As dessert arrived, the coordinator announced entertainment. Brooke took the stage, thanking guests, promising a journey video. That was my cue. While eyes fixed on her, I approached the AV tech discreetly, handing him a USB. MS. Harper requested this updated version, last-minute surprise. She'll be thrilled.
He plugged it in.
I returned to my seat as Brooke introduced. As I embark on my wellness journey, the screen lit not with childhood photos, but Diane's face screaming, "Pay proper rent or leave our home." Crystal clear audio from my phone recording that night. Then the slap, my fall.
Blood.
Noah's cries. Gasps rippled through the room. Brooke froze on stage. The video shifted to text messages, demands for money, comparisons, dismissals. Bank records showed loans to Brooke contrasted against our basement struggles. Finally, Aurora Lux financials.
Patent.
Nordstrom contract. Harmony Brew investment. My secret success worth over $500,000 unfolded. Lights came up in stunned silence. I stood, walked to the stage, took the microphone. I apologized for the interruption, but truth matters at family gatherings, I said steadily. For years, I've been called selfish for not endlessly funding my sister's dreams while sacrificing mine. Told to be grateful for basement living while paying for Brooke's privileges. I touched the scar lightly. 2 weeks ago, my father struck me for questioning this, in front of my son. My mother blamed me. Aunt Margaret gasped. "Diane, tell me this isn't true." Diane rose, voice shrill. "She's exaggerating." She fell. "We managed fine," I interrupted calmly. "As you saw, while enduring demands, I built a successful candle empire quietly. Success would have meant more extractions. So I hid it. There's a criminal case for assault against you."
Dad.
"Civil suit for $250,000. Paperwork with your lawyer, don't fight it. Evidence is overwhelming." To Diane, restraining order is active. "This is the last time you'll see us." To Brooke, "You were raised believing you deserved everything without effort. That ends today. I've never been the failure here." I replaced the mic, rejoined Ryan and Noah, and walked out. Diane's panic shriek followed. "You think you can shame us after all we've sacrificed?" I paused at the door. "You sacrificed me for Brooke. That's the truth." Relatives erupted, shock, discomfort, phones tapping. Influencers likely live posting the scandal. Outside in cool air. Noah asked, "Home now, Mommy?" "Yes, sweetheart. And soon a better one far away. Grandma and Grandpa won't be there. When people hurt us repeatedly, we protect ourselves." Ryan squeezed my shoulder. "You were magnificent." The aftermath hit fast. Party clips went viral overnight. Brooke's wellness image collapsed. Followers dropped thousands. Her studio sat empty. Harold's lawyer offered full settlement to avoid trial. Criminal case brought probation. Anger management. Record. Diane's messages cycled. Tearful reconciliation attempts to vicious attacks. I saved them. Restraining order held. Unexpectedly, my paternal grandfather called. We saw what happened. Concerns about Diane for years. "We'd like to see you and Noah, no pressure." I agreed to lunch. A tentative positive connection. Lux Glow, now Aurora Lux, thrived. Nordstrom collections sold out quickly. I expanded to proper facility. Hired 12. Mostly returning moms. Harmony Brew opened second site. I took active management role. We planned a fresh start in Seattle. Beautiful craftsman home.
Detached studio.
Family neighborhood. Before leaving, Ryan surprised me with an emerald ring matching my party earrings. Renew our vows in Seattle. Fresh commitment.
Tears came.
I'd love that. Noah asked curiously if we were getting married again. We laughed. Hugged him close. He was our core promise. Driving out of Denver. Mountains fading in the rear view. I felt only possibility. No regret. The last message from Diane read, "You've destroyed this family with selfishness." I didn't reply. I hadn't destroyed anything. I'd freed myself from toxicity. In Seattle, Aurora Lux flourished further. National distribution deal worth $750,000. Luxury hotels commissioned custom scents. I became a featured entrepreneur in business magazines. Work-life balance improved with skilled team. I attended every school event. Family dinner. Ryan joined an eco-friendly construction firm. Energized by meaningful work. 6 months post-move. Word came my parents filed for divorce. Harold moved out. Started intensive therapy. Diane withdrew socially. Brooke, cut off from funding, took retail, work, shared an apartment. Slowly learning self-reliance. Grandfather reported she struggled with entitlement, but adjusted. I felt no glee in their pain, only confirmation that dysfunctional patterns needed breaking. The healthiest act for toxic family is sometimes withdrawal. On Noah's 5th birthday, we hosted a small backyard gathering with new friends and select relatives who'd earned trust. Watching him blow out candles, face lit with joy, filled me with peace. "What did you wish for?" Ryan asked, ruffling his hair. "Can't tell." Noah grinned. Later, I found his drawing. 3 stick figures holding hands before a sunny house, Mommy.
Daddy. Me.
No grandparents. Just our rebuilt core of love and safety. I pinned it to the fridge. Reminder of priorities. The scar on my cheek faded but remained. A badge of the day I said enough. The most powerful word is often no. Learning it was when I truly began living. Looking back, the journey taught hard lessons. Family isn't automatic loyalty. It's earned through respect, not demanded through control. Favoritism breeds resentment. Secrets kept for protection can become weapons of truth. My parents wielded dominance disguised as love. I chose boundaries, honesty, and rebuilding. Noah would grow knowing genuine strength, courage to walk away, create better. Sometimes justice means exposing lies, claiming independence, forging new paths. The question lingers, when does protecting yourself from family become necessary? For me, it was the day violence crossed the line in front of my son. In our Seattle life, prosperity continued. New product lines launched successfully. Community involvement grew. Ryan and I renewed vows simply, surrounded by supportive people, recommitting to the life we'd built from ashes. Noah thrived in his new school, making friends, secure knowing home meant safety. The past's shadows receded, replaced by light of possibility. I often reflected during quiet evenings, candle flickering with one of my original scents, a reminder of those long nights when creation was my refuge. The empire I built quietly became my voice, my freedom, my legacy for Noah. Not vengeance alone, but restoration.
Truth.
Once revealed, reshapes everything. Diane and Harold's world crumbled under its weight. Brooke confronted reality. But for us, it opened doors to authentic connections, growth, love without conditions. Family redefined, chosen, respectful, safe. The American dream isn't flawless origins, it's resilience, reinvention, protecting what's precious. As I watched Noah play in our yard, sun setting over mountains, gratitude washed over me. The slap that broke me open ultimately set me free. Months turned to a year in Seattle. Aurora Lux expanded internationally with select partners. Sustainable practices drew acclaim. My story of quiet entrepreneurship from adversity inspired features. I mentored other moms starting businesses, paying forward flexibility I'd needed. Ryan's work brought fulfillment. We balanced careers with family outings, hikes, ferry rides, Noah's soccer games. The restraining order held firm, contact attempts ceased. Occasional updates from grandfather painted a picture of slow change. Harold progressed in therapy, acknowledging past enabling. Diane isolated further. Facade cracked. Brooke held steady employment, showing early signs of independence. No satisfaction came from their struggles, only quiet validation that breaking cycles serves everyone, even painfully. Noah's questions about grandparents arose gently. We explained age appropriately. Some family members weren't safe, so we chose distance to stay happy and protected. He accepted with childlike wisdom, secure in our unit. The scar became conversation starter occasionally, symbol of resilience, not victimhood. I wore it proudly, proof I'd chosen self-worth. Reflecting on the party night, gasps, frozen faces, viral clips accelerating fallout. Social media amplified truth faster than courts. Brooke's followers saw the financial support behind her self-made image. It forced accountability across the board. Legal wins brought closure, settlement paid, criminal resolution done. Financially secure, emotionally liberated. We hosted small gatherings, rebuilding select family ties cautiously. Grandparents on father's side visited. Respectful boundaries set. Positive examples for Noah. Business milestones continued. Flagship store opening. Collaborations with eco-brands. Work-life harmony allowed creativity. New scent lines inspired by Pacific Northwest, rain-kissed pine, ocean mist, mountain wildflower. Evenings. Ryan and I talked deeply, processing past, planning future. Trust rebuilt stronger after my revelations. Partnership deepened. Noah's drawing still on fridge symbolized core. 3 figures. Bright sun. House of safety. Simple yet profound. The moral question endures. How far does familial obligation extend when it harms? My answer, until it threatens your child's safety and your dignity. Then, no becomes act of love for self and next generation. I hadn't destroyed family. I'd pruned toxicity to allow healthier growth elsewhere. My empire stood not on revenge, but survival, innovation, integrity. In final analysis, the journey from basement prisoner to empowered entrepreneur taught, secrets can protect until ready to liberate.
Truth.
Delivered strategically, dismantles illusion. Boundaries aren't selfish, they're essential. For anyone facing similar, endure silently, no longer. Document. Plan.
Protect.
Build quietly if needed. Reveal when time comes. Freedom awaits on the other side. Seattle rain pattered one evening as I lit a fresh Aurora Luxe candle, warm vanilla cedar blend. Noah asleep. Ryan reading nearby. Peace settled deep. The slap echoed no more in nightmares. Instead, it marked beginning of authentic life. I had claimed my narrative. The family myth lay exposed. In its place, truth, resilience, love redefined. And that, ultimately, was the greatest revenge, not destruction, but creation of something unbreakable.